Hey, so what's going on guys? Matt here with Driven Tech Reviews and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I have an Apple CarPlay, I wouldn't say head unit, but a display, which is mounted on your car dashboard. So if you own a car with a head unit that has no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, the really old school one, then this is the product for you. So if you have seen this brand Seicane before, it's because they actually did provide me a review unit for another product, which was mounted on the rear view mirror. So I'm using that on my project car, which is my Saga. And I've been using that for, I would say, almost half a year to 8 months. And honestly, that one has been really impressive in the sense that the car is parked in the sun all day and it still works. Honestly, I've never experienced any lag or whatsoever. It's been really fluid, the overall experience. So if I compare this with the previous one, this has a much bigger screen, of course. And it doesn't obstruct your viewing because this is actually mounted on the dash, so you can have your rear view mirror, your original rear view mirror. At the same time, you can have this Apple CarPlay Android Auto head unit with a DVR, front and rear camera. Of course, I won't be installing the rear camera just because I already do have a rear camera, but I'll be showing you guys how it works. Okay guys, so let's quickly take off the lid. So very nice foam padding. So this arrived pretty quickly with DHL Express. So we do have the foam. Actually, you can put it to the side. We do have more foam. And then we have the unit itself, which we'll get right back to. Let's check out the contents of this box. Take out everything. It's pretty self-explanatory, just like your typical head unit. And it's very easy to use. The interface is super intuitive. So we do have the rear camera. We do have an aux cable right here, and we also do have a cigarette lighter socket. So I'll be using probably the one with my car because my car already has a socket inbuilt, but anyways, we will just test this out anyways for this video. Alright, so let's get right to the head unit. Let's unwrap this package. Alright, so you can see me here. So this is a pretty large screen. In fact, I've actually turn it on to actually test out the functions, and the screen is pretty good. Of course, it's a bit reflective, as you can see right here. But anyways, it is what it is. So you can see the rear right here. There is a 4K camera. Right here, there are inbuilt speakers, but you don't expect it to be super loud. And they are pretty teeny, similar to the one in my rear view camera version of this. So we do have the foot, the mount. This is where you stick it with the 3M tape on the dash. And let's go through the ports real quick. So right here we do have the aux port. We do have a micro SD card slot, and we do have the rear view camera. We do have a Type-C input. So this is much better. This is a Type-C input compared to the previous version, which is still using, I think, mini USB or something like that, or micro USB. I'm not too sure. But it was using a previous generation port. So that's about it for the rear. Of course, we do have some vents right here for heat dissipation. We do have the power on button on the top. Very nice and tactile. Okay, so let me hook this up to my car and then we will go through the functions. Alright guys, so now I do have the socket plugged in. Let me plug in the USB-C cable to the back, just like this. Let's wait for the power on. You can see right here. Okay, so you can see this is actually the interface of the screen. So you do have recorder, replay, mobile internet, audio out settings. So let's go through the settings. You have all the position, whether right hand drive, left hand drive. You have recording settings. You have your G sensor settings and so on and so forth, similar like your regular dash cam. So the functions are really easy to navigate through. So they're really big. So even though you're driving and you do want to change something on the fly, everything is actually, all the icons are actually really big. You can see this is your volume. Right here, you do have the time, which I do have to set, of course. So audio out, we do have a couple of options. So you can output from the speaker itself. You have FM modulator settings. And then we do have the aux. and Bluetooth, so you can output your phone's music to this unit. But I mean, why would you do that? You can actually output it to your car head unit if you do have a car head unit with Bluetooth like what I have right now. So this is the recorder. You can see right here, this is the camera. It's adjustable. You can actually adjust the position. So it's pretty good, I would say. Of course, not the best quality, but it gets the job done. In fact, the night video is not too bad. The HDR quality is, I would say, pretty good as well. So you can see it's in 4K. You have a couple of resolutions, of course. Let me show you guys. It's right here. So you can have 4K, 2.5K, 1080p, and 720p. So you do have a couple of options when it comes to video resolution. So of course, we will choose the 4K just because of the quality. So CarPlay position, you can see full screen, left or right. So you can have another app running on the left or right side, and you can have your Apple CarPlay as well. So it's pretty nice that they do have it. So what else do we have? Of course, this is the name which you can actually change. This is your brightness. You can get pretty bright, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to put the brightness lower a bit so that the camera doesn't overexpose it. Let me get my Apple CarPlay connected, because I'm sure you guys want to see the interface as well and how easy it is to connect. So right here, we need to go to mobile internet, then we need to click to CarPlay. And then you can see the equipment name right here, which you can actually change. So I'll be changing that later on. But anyways, now for the demo, you just need to go to search for CarPlay. Once CarPlay is on, let it search. I believe this is the one. You can see right here. Click on this. It's connecting. Give it a second. You can see iPhone is connected. And then it should appear. Let's see what it does. 22, yeah. So you can see right here, interface appears pretty quickly. Of course, it's the first time I'm doing it, so it will take slightly longer. But you can see right here, this is actually the interface. I have my Spotify loading right here. Of course, there's some latency, but I would say it's pretty good. Let me see what can I do. The split screen. Just give me a second. I believe I can do split screen mode from this itself. Let me see. Can I do a split screen mode? I guess I have to do it in the settings. Let's see. So CarPlay position. Let's do it on the right. Confirm. So it will reconnect. Yeah. So you can see right here, I can have my dash cam on the left side and my Apple CarPlay on the right side. So it's still, I would say, really easy to use. You can still see all your information right here. But overall, really responsive, I would say. You see, there's almost, I would say, close to no lag at all, which is really awesome for a small head unit like this. So you can see right here, very easy to navigate through anything. So I can even have my music playing, and I can actually still switch up. If I do connect the rear camera, I actually can switch between the front and the rear camera, but it's not connected now. So yeah. Alright, so this has been a pretty quick video on this Apple CarPlay Android Auto DVR head unit, which you can stick on your dash. So if you're a person like me and also do not like, you know, pulling new wires through the dash and doing stuff like that, then definitely this is the product for you. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested. And thanks to Seicane for sending out a unit for me to review and test out. So thanks guys for watching. I will keep you guys updated on this once I've used it for a couple of weeks and give you guys my full honest opinion. Alright, so thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.